Hello, all. Welcome to the Model Way, where we inspire, we motivate, and we teach both new and seasoned models industry standards. My name is Lenny Wheeler. I'm your host. I'm going to be talking about the emotional stability of mature models and breaking down some stereotypes and kind of some of those stereotypes that you guys think what models are, because they're all resilient in every way possible because I love them. We're going to start our show right now.
I know it's been too long to just pick up the phone, but I can't help but feeling so lonely. Yeah. On a Friday night. Yeah. So and so things move on just like they did before. But sometimes I still miss the touch of your hands. Oh, 'cause I can't get you out of my head. Yeah, you on my mind. Yeah, you on my mind tonight. And I can't get you out, can't get you out this time. Now, even if it's over, I know that you're feeling just like me. Oh, 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 yeah. 'Cause I'm on your mind.
Briefly, I really want to discuss the importance of the topic that we're about to discuss because in the modeling industry, I'm going to be sharing some anecdotes and some of my personal experiences and highlight some emotional stability that I believe is correct with models when they're actually doing this. Really just debunking the stereotypes of models because really it's kind of an important thing because I believe throughout history, models have been perceived in a certain light that's probably not true. In some cases, it can be true for some things because one thing gets blown up, one person gets talked about in the business, and it just blows up into a different spotlight. Because realistically, I think models are amazing. They're resilient, they're beautiful, they're healthy. A lot of them, in most cases, and they just get it right. But as they grow into the business and they become more mature, that's more important because maturity is everything in this business. And I believe that mature models are gonna be more successful models, right? Like, and when I be mature, I'm talking about maturity in the business, but also the mature models, which are your older females or your older guys. They're gonna have a little bit more resilience. They're gonna have life experiences. They're gonna get them through the moments of their career, and that's super important. And I ask myself why, because you have to be that way because you're going to be around mature people. You're going to be around people that are professionals. You're going to be around people that have got experience in the business, and you need to know how to adapt to that lifestyle, right? Like, so if you're going to do that, that's just going to be amazing. So you're going to follow these things, and I'm going to kind of break that thing down for you. It breaks down to this a lot of times because a lot of people have this stereotype of models, and really models come in all shapes and sizes. One of the biggest things that I kind of find out is that the superficial, or just basically they're the stereotypes, they're superficial and they're just shallow. We assume that all models are only concerned with physical appearance, and that's not true, guys, because yes, although there's different brackets in the industry, whether you've got commercial print, you've got beauty, which falls under the commercial bracket, you've got high fashion, you've got plus modeling, you've got parts modeling. There's all kinds of different brackets in the industry. Mature modeling, right? Like, so when I say mature models, I mean your older models. And I'm not going to go into detail on every single bracket in the industry because you can do that research yourself. And I've done several shows highlighting those things. And later on, we're going to be doing some more specific things within those categories with the commercial modeling. I'll talk more depthly in commercial modeling, and we'll do more into the plus or the curve modeling industry, which is very popular right now. But anyways, guys, before we continue here, please like and subscribe to the channel. comment, like, share. Let's spread the news. I'm going to be very transparent with people and my experiences. And as we bring more guests into the show, we're going to be more transparent, and I'm going to be asking the right questions so you get all the information that you need to be aware of when you're actually coming into this business, or even if you're in the business and if you're not getting the right information. I am available for consultations and just things like that. You can just book me for an appointment, and I will sit down with you and go through your portfolio. I can go through your walk. I can go through a lot of interview skills with you and some of the things that agencies ask in their interviews when they're trying to find their models. I'm very good with that. So please book your appointment. You can go to host, HOST, at modelwaypodcast.com, and I'll be more than happy to book that session with you and help you with your journey. Okay, so with that superficial or shallow stereotype, it's kind of I kind of find it unique because a lot of people think they're just supposed to be skinny and tall, and although that's true in most cases, there's those other parts to it too. But I think that everybody in the world, including mature models, including short models, they think that everybody's got to be 5'10" and a size 0, and that's not true. So there's all those different model types that you got to be aware of. And so the first thing with like a high fashion model, those are the stereotypes that they get. And sometimes I think that I think it was interviewing Carlotta at one point, and we were talking about this, and she was saying, most models, they the stereotype is like, they're seen as party girls, or they're just really not even emotionally intelligent or anything like that. And when and I'm gonna go down more deep into that, but like, just that alone right there just tells you the thoughts of society, because models, you are great. You do have looks, and you do have brains, and you're smart. But some of you do get into your emotions a lot more than what you really need to, because you're overthinking things when they're really not that. And a lot of times people aren't, talking about you or having a negative light on you. And if you can get past those thoughts on what everybody else is thinking, it's going to help you get into a better position to where you're emotionally stable, to where you can actually do interviews. And, when you're doing these, it's just like a job interview. You're going to be going in, talking to people, and dealing with that. And so that's a huge thing that, a lot of people just don't understand. And so if you can get through that, it's great. So along with that, you're going to find out that, not as long as they're not being intelligent or, educated, but there's a lot of models that are very educated. Like I've had a lot of girls, especially, they've gone to school, they've worked, they've gone to different places in the summertime or something like that, and actually gotten through school and have done things while they were modeling. And it's just really neat to see that, because they are super smart. And a lot of times what I tell people too is, like, going through this, you can actually go to school and you can take online courses and you can do things like that and still have a productive modeling career where you're doing it in between. So you're shuffling back and forth, whether it's that and then work. I have a lot of that, right? So another key point, with that physical appearance, and I think that a lot of models get sexualized, and it reduces models to just objects or sex symbols. That's totally wrong, man. I mean, you're gonna have your short cases with in every category of group of people in whatever industry you're deciding to go into, and you're gonna have these kind of stereotypes, right? Like in the fashion world, you do have those stereotypes where they're over sexualized, or especially some of you commercial girls, where you're wearing bikinis, you're wearing lingerie, things like that. You're taking pictures and this stuff, and you're showing yourself out. A lot of those, just because you see that one, it's not because like every model is going to be like that. That's a certain category that does that, and it's society that's doing it. It's not individuals that's doing it. It's the society that has this mindset that they're over sexualized, right? And so we want to stop that. We want to move past that, because every category is unique in its own way, and I want to see everybody grow in their own way. So guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button today. Our algorithms are actually moving. I want you guys to go and like the page, hit the subscribe button. please and share the content just because I'm trying to grow a little bit more. We've got some great things coming up over the summertime with some more shows and a few more producers helping me out. And it's just going to be a fantastic journey going along with it. I want you to take that ride with me. And I also do want you to kind of tell me what days you would like to see the show. I was thinking about doing recorded sessions and then actually putting that on and then actually putting that on like on a Monday or Thursday or something like that, and running that about 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then maybe doing another live show where we can talk to models and I can bring them in and kind of interview them and kind of talk to them about what they're looking at doing, and then you guys can hear how that works, okay? So some of the other professional stereotypes that we're dealing with, guys, is we're going to be dealing with lazy. You hear that they're lazy or unprofessional. We believe models are not all hardworking or dedicated, and that is totally opposite, guys. They think that just because you're pretty, you're just going to step on set and you got to take these beautiful pictures, and it doesn't come out like that, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to be seeing what you're seeing at the end product line with the models stepping on set, and you're seeing them in the magazines, you're seeing them on covers, you're seeing them in the displays, you're seeing them in the commercial lifestyles pictures in Walmart. At the end of the day, you have no idea. Some of these girls have worked 6, 7, 8 hours a day just taking that one picture that you're seeing in Walmart, whether you're seeing it on a billboard. It's taking a lot of work, and it's not just her, it's the people behind the scenes too. There's a lot of people that are producing. You've got makeup artists, you've got stylists, you've got wardrobe consultants, you've got casting directors, you've got the designers. All these people are putting all the effort. The photographer, I forgot to mention the photographer. That's probably one of the most important ones. These guys are investing time and energy into seeing their product being displayed in a good light so people can get paid, so people can purchase products. These are things that people don't realize that they're seeing when they're actually buying things. That same person that you see at Walmart on the display cover, modeling Sofia Vergara's wear, her wardrobe, you're like, holy crap, that somebody took that picture, and it took them all day to probably get that one, because in realistically, it's just hard, and people don't think that they work hard for that because they put hours into practice before they even got to that spot. They've done a lot of photo shoots, they've done a lot of runway training, they've done a lot of just everything, just putting up with crap. They probably went to about 20 or 30 auditions before they even got that one job that didn't pay that much. So keep in mind, don't take that for granted, because that's something that we see as society. We don't take for granted we take for granted the models that do that. We just get mad and throw the hate fire sticks at them, and that's not cool, man. They've worked hard just like anybody in a sport. Athletes work hard, models work hard too, and so I commend you, models. Let's keep it up. I think that something else that people don't realize is that I think people think that models are actually, in it for the fame or the fortune. And honestly, there is not a ton of money in this business for people to think that, because yes, you're going to have your certain industries where if they've been, especially if they've been in it and they're well established and they've got a name for themselves and they're doing all this work, they're going to see they're going to see the results. I love watching some people, like some of my favorite models, like Hillary Rhoda. Probably been following her for years. I remember when she was doing campaigns when she was in her 20s and late teens, and it was just really cool to watch her grow. And now she's a mature lady. I believe she's got a child now, and go look her up. Hillary Rhoda, I mean, she's done some of the best editorials that I've ever loved in my life, and I just absolutely love following her work. But she is absolutely a mature model, and it's something that I can never get tired of, because I just love seeing it, right? And so let's just debunk that right now. Okay, so let's just put it out there right now. The longevity of a model's career depends on the model, right? Because a lot of times, like I said, mature models are amazing because I believe that they can grow into the business, and especially if you are that woman that's 40, in your mid 30s, your early 30s, I consider you mature, and you have to learn how to transition into that and know where that boundary is, because there's a lot of work out there, and a huge percentage of those models are that age. Like most of the industry that you're looking at, it's like 66% of the industry is that age and up modeling. And so that's a stereotype that I want to debunk, because some of you people have the gray hair and all this other stuff that comes along with it and comes with age and the wrinkles and things like that. Men too, gray beards, gray hair, your silver foxes. And it's like you can do this. Like this is something that you can just take passion in and actually do it, even if it's just a hobby. It also builds your self awareness. It builds your confidence. It's a lot of things that come with it. You don't have to be that same 22-year-old that you were 20, 30 years ago. I mean, now that you can step into a different light, you can actually do some things here in the modeling industry, and it's absolutely freaking amazing, guys. And so I want to see some of you start doing this stuff and then get into that pocket to where you can actually start doing this kind of work, right? Okay, so like in the industry and so there's industry practices that there's followed. I think there's a lot of pressure to conform. Modeling industry emphasizes basically on physical appearance, and that's not always true, and can lead to pressures on models to conform to. Sometimes they come to unrealistic expectations. I've seen people where they're a size 14, 15, and they're asking them to get down to size 2. It's hard, man, because it's a lot of work, and it can take months, maybe even years to get in there, and it can drain you. But some people conform to it really well. But also, I think the lack of diversity plays a huge key historically in what we're talking about. It's the stereotype thing. And so, like when you don't have that lack, when you have that lack of what is it, diversity, it perpetuates into these kind of stereotypes that we had just talked about. So like having a little bit of everybody's ethnicity going in, and then also some of the different sizes and the curve models and the petite models. These all need to be bracketed in, but they spread out, and it's something that we need to make it an exception and make it acceptable for everybody, and know that there's something for everybody, not just say, okay, it's high fashion, it's high fashion, it's high fashion, it's high fashion or nothing, it's high fashion or nothing. That's not what it's all about, guys. And so I basically want to just say that, like, when I'm talking about these models and going into mature models, and I believe that a lot of emotional stability comes within them because they've been through the experiences. They've had bad luck. They've fallen down a lot of times, and they've gotten back up. They hadn't gotten in their head so much than they used to back in the day, but now they may hit a stumbling block, but they're going to hit those stumbling blocks, take the hit, and then move right on. It's called getting back up. It's called rising back up and then getting back up on your feet. And that's massively important, guys. And that's what we're looking for in our people. And I love the mature models because that's what you do. If you want to book that session with me, host at modelwaypodcast.com. I would be more than happy to talk to you. If you're 30 plus, I want to hear from you because you've got a story to tell, and I want to know about it, and I want to know how we can help you and my team can help you get to that next level. Okay, before we continue that second segment there, guys, I want to just kind of have you like and subscribe to the channel again. We'd love to hear from you. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, get notified when something hits. Please share everything that you can because it's trying to get out there. I'm going to hopefully be having some sponsorship soon and having us promote the channel just a little bit more. And I'm looking forward to what the future is holding. So these life experiences for these models, it plays a huge key on everything that goes on within their lives. So when they're actually doing this, they're able to hit those stumbling blocks and have these life experiences. And a lot of that creates the emotional stability. It creates the confidence. And a lot of that does come from confidence. So when you have all these things, it's awesome, right? A lot of this too, as well, guys, comes with, that stability comes with having a stable life, stable home life, stable personal life, stable outside of work life, and just having a little bit of self-care within yourself, and a lot of that comes from good sleep, eating healthy, exercising a little bit. Those things will help your moods. They'll help your balance and your emotional balance and give you that balance, and that gives you that equilibrium in life, right? Like, because you need that. You can't just work, hit walls, work, hit walls. You got to have that balance. You got to go out a little bit. You got to hang out with some friends, some healthy friends. Not saying you don't need to have toxic friends at all, because that's just going to make things worse for you. People that gossip, people that spread rumors, people that have nothing good to say, people that friend other people just because they think they're friends and they're not, and they just bash each other behind their back. I've seen that happen a lot, and it's tough to deal with. That's not emotional maturity. Maturity comes in when you can stable that and you can separate that from the good, bad, and the ugly, and move on with life, right? And so that's key. Okay. So, like I said, mature models, I do want to see you because I think that you guys have it. I want to see if you've got the gray hair and if you've got a few wrinkles on you and you're just moving through life and it's calm and it's easy. Not to say that you don't have any issues to deal with, but I would love to see you guys. I think you guys are freaking amazing. And so, really, the last part of this is, just managing that life, and just, you know, uh, don't worry about the pressures of life. So, really, to be honest with you, a lot of the challenge that come from modeling for models is, the ability, or what I should say, the having the know-how to manage that personal life and have that balanced load, and that's all in about dieting, making sure you get exercise and really getting 8 to 9 hours worth of sleep and not overdoing it, right? Put your time in when you can do the time and make sure that you're balancing that life to make sure that you're healthy, right? Physically and mentally. That's super important, right? Just self-care. I love self-care and I'm a big advocate of that. And sometimes if you got to take a break, you take a break, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody should beat you up or browbeat you over that. And that's absolutely huge, right? And then just recognizing and valuing the emotional stability of these mature models that I was talking about. Because, like, I've had models that have been with me a long time. If you're with me and you're new, why don't you team up with one of those new ones and kind of ask their experiences and stuff and what they do to balance their emotional life and how do they maintain that stability to where they're healthy and they're fit and they got clarity and they're not clouded and they're not caught up in the matrix of just bullshit, right? Like that's what we look for, right? And so that's when you get to that point in your life, you know that you've developed that maturity and you've got that emotional intelligence to where you can recognize things when they're not true. So basically, with that said, guys, that's going to wrap up the show. I really want to call you in to make some calls and invite you to uh, email me at host@modelwaypodcast.com. I'm available for that consultation. If you guys if you have any idea that you want to be a model or you thought about it, please give me a call. I think that can help a lot. I have an audition coming up here on the 27th of this month. It's on a Thursday at 6 p.m. I want to see you guys here on our Zoom call. I'm going to put the link in the Zoom call, and I'm going to be out there promoting it. But you guys need to come in there. I got some special guests coming on. I would love, love, love to see you guys audition for this. Why? Because you're going to be auditioning with probably about 70 to 72 agencies live, and you're going to have that opportunity. New York, Paris, London, a lot of European markets, New York, Dallas, Los Angeles, Miami, and some of the past guests have been Ford, Major Model Management, Wilhelmina, IMG's been there. There's Next Models. There's been a lot of modeling agencies that have showed up, and also some of the talent stuff too. So if you're a singer, dancer, or anything like that, and you want to be you're an actor, I'd love to see you because we've got some great casting directors also going to be there too as well. They'd love to see you live because you're going to perform in front of these people live. Join us on the call. I'd love to see you guys. We really appreciate you being out here. Please hit that like and subscribe button, share the content and comment and give us your thoughts on maturity and emotional maturity on this segment, guys. We really appreciate you coming out. This has been the Model Way Podcast with your host, Lenny Wheeler. And until next time, hasta la vista.